So as of the 1st of April, foodstuff manufacturers will be able to claim back a road accident fund levy for diesel, which they've bought to run generators. But the Franchise Association of South Africa is concerned that giving the relief only to one section of the food chain, that sector at least, is unfair. Let's get you more on this and speak to Foodstuff CEO Freddy Makgato. Mr. Makgato, very good evening to you. Grateful for your time. So you believe that this relief does not go far enough. Where do you think it's most lacking?
Our concern is that if you look at franchising, we have a supply chain. And the announcement by the presidency as well as the minister, it concerns only the manufacturers. And we are saying there are other important role players in food security. It's not only the manufacturers. We have consumers. We have wholesale. We have retailers. Those also bear the cost of load shedding. It's not like food manufacturers are the only ones who are affected by load shedding. We have seen the devastation of load shedding on businesses that actually sell food on a daily basis. And we have seen how those prices affect us as consumers. So we are the beneficiaries of the benefits that government should issue. But instead, we are told, as the association and other businesses, that you don't deserve to get the relief when this is a national disaster. Looking at the announcement itself is based on the disaster, and the disaster affects everybody and anybody involved.
When you say the disaster affects everyone involved in the supply chain process, or in this manufacturing supply chain process, from the people who are involved in making the products to those who transport it and ultimately the retailers who sell it to you and I, what has been the impact? How have you been able to quantify it, perhaps in rand terms even?
For instance, let's look at the deliveries that these products get transported from the manufacturers to the depots. Those are refrigerated trucks which require diesel to transport these goods. So secondly, when you look at how these products are prepared in retail stores, there are now businesses that are compelled by the environment that we operate to buy generators and still buy the diesel. So those are not counted in. But now, if you offer that kind of a relief, we are saying there should be a manner of accountability whereby the government says, if you claim the road accident fund levy in terms of your production, ensure that that benefit also goes to the transport guys, but also ensure that that benefit goes to those who sell that food. So it cannot be correct that other important role players within the food chain are excluded from the relief.
And how would you see that being worked out? Would you just want government to basically expand the scope of the relief, or would you like those who are going to benefit as of April 1st to then be obliged in some way to make sure that there's a trickle-down effect where what they gain is also passed down to their business colleagues and ultimately the people who buy at store level?
I think it will be burdensome on the manufacturers themselves because this is not their own making. We are of the view that what government should have done and should do is to say all those who are in food chain supply qualify for diesel relief insofar as the road accident levy is concerned. Because then it becomes easier to implement. If you take that burden to the food manufacturers themselves, they may not be able to account or it become burdensome on them. It may not necessarily be a relief on its own. But if government says those in the food supply chain who consume or spend on to transport, to manufacture food, they qualify for the same relief that is afforded to manufacturers, then it becomes easier to account.
Are you lobbying government directly to do that?
we have no option. It's our role to lobby government to say, as role players, as important role players in the economy, take into account the kind of jobs that we contribute, it is not feasible that we kill those who actually get this food to the stores, because now we have consumers who need to get that food. So we will lobby government, we will lobby our concerned minister to make a concerted effort that our voices, our cries are heard in the presidency and the minister.
Freddy Makgato from the Franchise Association of South Africa. Good to speak to you. Thank you.